So what we have here to catch the antifreeze is this container that we use for like changing your oil or whatever.
Yeah, this stuff's real hot. Back up here for a minute. Okay. So what you do, lift this up. You don't even, on this vehicle anyway, you don't have to even unhook the hose. You just lift that up. And then what I did, the thermostat's gone. We had to take it right out. So we had no thermostat. So what I did was I put the gasket back in there.
And that's the black circle.
Yeah, which actually is what wraps around that, and that's the seal. Normally I could get right in there with my fingers, but it's just too hot.
And that's the gasket from the old one.
Yeah. Just because I wasn't sure if the housing would seal with this out. It might have, but I don't know.
So, it didn't hurt it by being there. And does it just set in, or does it screw in?
It just sets in there. These are pretty common. There's different heat thermostats available. Different conditions and different types.
So just setting that right down in there. Does it matter which way it's facing?
No.
By facing, I mean that there's like the stem on the top.
Then you have to these wires back out of the way, but set back down in there. Normally this would be just a few minute job, but everything's a little slower because it's so hot.
So it's just a bolt with a nut.
There's basically a stud with a nut on it that holds the thermostat housing down, and then the stud that extends past that, the only point in that is to put these other two nuts on to hold those grounding wires.
Okay. Now we're just putting those nuts back in.
Get that one started, because this one you got to pry over the hose a little bit and get this down in there so it kind of moves around a little bit. Now on our vehicles, we normally do this anyway. We have a summertime and a wintertime thermostat, so we would have had to do this anyway.
More air. Putting more air in the tank for Daddy's drill that he's using. Well, it's a torque wrench, not a drill. But Murdoch here. Yes. Yes, don't use your hands, honey. Use a rag. Go over there by the trash. Stop. Go get that blue rag. Yep. Use that. Use that blue rag. Murdoch is a natural picture of things. So now that's just tightening that up.
Yeah, these don't take too much. The intake manifold's aluminum, and so's the thermostat housing, so before this even gets real tight, I'm just gonna do it by hand. Okay. Now we can get in there and get those two grounding wires back on. This is a better job to do when you haven't been using it and it can sit all night. It'd be a lot handier, but you need it all the time.
So there's that grounding wire put on there, and now the bolt goes on that holds the grounding wire on. Or not bolt, but nut.
Thermostat. Now when these get tight, that wire's going to want to spin with the top nut, so you got to kind of hold it and know when it's coming.
Because if it keeps spinning, it'll break those wires right off.
Yeah, and spin right around with it.
It's a big engine and I'm a little bit in the mechanic.
Now we'll have to top off the coolant and we'll be all set.
Now to top off the coolant, how much do you know to put in?
Just fill the radiator back to the top, because then the reservoir tank is still full.
Okay.
We didn't lose any out of there.
Is that straight coolant or is that coolant and water mixed together?
We use premix.
Okay.
So that'll do it.
We use premix solution. It's water and coolant already mixed. So we have to fill it into the cap?
Right here.
Or into the overflow container?
In here.
Okay.
But we have to wait on that because it's too hot.
Okay. Don't open that up when it's hot, because if it's boiling it will spray out at you and you will have to go to the hospital. So that's the completed thermostat. Right inside of there, you can't even see it. You would never know it was running without it. How long can you go without it in an emergency?
Oh, in an emergency as long as you want. The problem with it is your water is very cold and you have hot spots in your block. So you've got spots that are hundreds of degrees, and then you've got 120 degree water flowing in. So on a small little engine you could actually crack something. On this one it wouldn't be a problem usually. These are pretty beefy, but that could happen. But with what we were doing with it, it was fine. Just to get home in a pinch. So if you're broke down on Sunday on your way home from a trip, take it out and get home and get to the parts store on Monday. And now it's Monday night and it's fixed. Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody.